Someone just told your coworker that renting is throwing money away. Someone told your cousin to cut up his only credit card. Someone told your neighbor she can't start investing until she has a real budget figured out. You've probably heard all three. Most people have. But what's actually happening is far stranger than bad advice passed around at family dinners. These myths survive because they sound obvious, not because they're true. Today, you're taking apart the five biggest personal finance myths using real situations instead of theory so you can see exactly where each one falls apart. Start with renting. Picture two neighbors on the same street. One rents, one owns. The owner brags about building equity every year at the barbecue. But nobody mentions the new roof that cost $12,000 last spring, or the property tax bill that climbed again this year, or the fact that most of that mortgage payment for the first decade goes straight to interest, not equity. The renter down the street pays a fixed amount, keeps the difference invested, and can move across the country in 30 days if a job offer comes through. Owning isn't winning. Renting isn't losing. They're just different trades, and the myth only survives because nobody posts their roof repair bill online. Now think about your cousin and his credit card. He got scared after carrying a balance one bad month, so he cut the card up entirely. But here's what actually happened to his credit next. His length of credit history shortened. His available credit dropped, which pushed his utilization ratio up on his remaining cards. His score fell. The card was never the problem. Missing the due date was the problem. If you've ever felt a flash of guilt looking at a card balance before even checking when it's due, that reaction says more about your reminders than your spending. Next, your neighbor waiting for the perfect budget. She's been getting organized for 8 months. Meanwhile, her coworker down the hall never built a spreadsheet at all. She just turned on automatic 401k contributions the week she was hired at 3% and let her raises bump it up automatically every year since. 2 years later, the coworker who waited for perfection has $0 saved. The one who automated an imperfect system on day one has thousands, without ever thinking about it twice. Perfection was never required. A default was. Then there's the myth that a bigger paycheck fixes everything. A friend gets a raise, moves to a nicer apartment, upgrades her car, and somehow still feels tight every month. Nothing about her math changed. Her expenses simply grew to match the new number, quietly, one decision at a time. The raise wasn't the problem. The lack of a system to catch it before it disappeared was. Finally, the myth that investing is only for people with real money. A teenager bagging groceries opens a Roth IRA with $40 from one paycheck. His uncle, who makes six figures, has never opened one because he's waiting until things settle down. 10 years from now, the teenager's $40 a month, left alone and compounding quietly, will likely outgrow whatever his uncle eventually starts with a much bigger number, simply because time got a head start that money alone can't buy. Here's what actually connects all five of these myths. Each one replaces a real system with a feeling. Renting feels like failure. A credit card feels dangerous. A budget feels like it has to be flawless. A raise feels like freedom. Investing feels like it's for someone else, someone richer, someone later. None of these myths are stupid. They're just stories that outlived the situations that made them feel true. Someone is about to repeat one of these myths to you at a barbecue, in a group chat, at a family dinner, and this time you'll know exactly which real system it's actually hiding.